Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Hunter.
And we're Manus Defense. And today we're doing a quick look at the 72-hour bag from Armour Wear.
This bag is listed as 72 hours on the tag. We've seen a couple different listings. 7 days is one of the other listings. We feel that 7 days is a little bit more in line with the amount of size in this bag, because this bag is a very big bag. The reason we end up saying that it's more of a 7-day bag, we've come across bags like these. These are emergency bags. These bags normally have enough food and water. This model in particular is enough food and water for 3 days. The contents of this is a small boo-boo kit, a food and water ration system, glow sticks, flashlight. These are all kind of necessities. I think that everyone should have one of these. These are about $40. That said, you could easily get 2 of these sideways into this, or you could get maybe 3, maybe even 4 of them packed into one of these if you took all the contents out, rearranged it a little bit, and put it back into this. So to keep in mind, as I said, this is 2 days or 3 days for 2 people, versus this where you could get maybe a family's worth of supplies, rations in here. But it's also a great bag if you ever decide to go on a trip or anything like that. Obviously make sure your pockets are all empty of anything that might be tactical related if you're going to jump on a flight and go through TSA with this. I don't know if this meets carry-on restrictions.
It might be pushing the limits a little bit just because of how big it is.
Yeah, so this is
But with that though, there are straps that can strap it down and make it a little bit tighter, so
yeah, around it there's 4 or 5 straps that allow you to go ahead and compress the overall size of it, which is actually something we strongly recommend. If you're going to use this as a bug out bag, which is what it's marketed as, if you go ahead and open it, fill it about 1/3 the way or possibly half the way up, and then go ahead and compress it down. That gives you the opportunity to fill it up with anything that you might need at a later date if you decide that you need to grab this and go and it's cold out, you need extra clothing, or if you decide that there's extra equipment that you might need. On the note of equipment, Ryan's went ahead and he's put his rifle inside of this, so you can see it is a little bit longer.
Let's open it up. There you go.
It's a little bit longer than maybe a longer AR-15. If that's the case, it should fit possibly an SBR, a broken down SBR, very easily. I have my Iraq, and some of the things that we end up doing with the Iraq is, since I do have a folding stock on this Iraq, it allows you to really fold it, and there's 2 hydration ports on it that you can go ahead and load the barrel through and then put the rifle in and zip it up. That allows you to get a good amount of equipment in here. One of the things that I like about the fact that this has a double hydration pouch on either, or hole on either side, means if you needed to, you could put your hydration kit in here and then put your rifle in here on top of one another. And the only thing that really shows on this, which I'll go ahead and turn this around so you can see real quick, the only thing that really shows on this is kind of like an antenna looking barrel coming out of the top. I mean, someone who's familiar with rifles will obviously notice what it is, but other than that, it's a safe, pretty effective method for moving your gear. My recommendation is always, since we do instruct, we always recommend that if you're going to load anything like this, make sure you got like a chamber flag or something like that in there, just to make sure that there's no accidental discharge or anything like that.
With this bag, there are some, well, I guess I should do this way to make the uniform. There are some straps here on the inside. And inside here, there's 2 straps that go across. And with that, you could actually put in the soft armor panel that they sell. This is the 11x14 Class 3A?
Class 3A, which means it's going to stop most light handgun fire. The other thing is it's under 1...
It's about 1.4 pounds and under a quarter inch. Or it's a quarter inch.
It's about a quarter inch. And it's a great kind of addition to this bag that gives you a little extra protection on your backside, which tends to be your most vulnerable side. And it easily just kind of slides in here, and this is another product directly from Armour Wear, which is really nice. And I think that when they kind of designed this, they allowed the option to really put one of these in here pretty comfortably. You could strap it down, and then you could put your hydration pack either in front or behind it. I normally recommend on this side of it and away from your back, because this Kevlar composite is actually almost has a slight spongy feeling to it, which adds to the padding on this. Not that it would really need it given the type of padding on this bag. Inside, you also have some mesh pocketing, which you could go ahead and put if you're putting clothing or anything like that. You can normally do your undergarments in there if you need to. Ryan went ahead and put a double magazine holder on the outside. This for his AR-15, and we were talking about it. We tend to, if you leave something like a magazine, we try not to leave PMags loaded for a long period of time, only because it can wear the magazines out. We'll talk about that maybe in the comments below if you guys want to know. But there's a lower pocket on this that is actually a really great pocket for anything from some longer gears. You might be able to put one of the short hatchets that's out there in here, but we immediately looked at it and we thought it would be perfect for like 500 round 5.56 ammo box. The federal boxes tend to be about that size, so it would fit in there really nice. I know that my Dark Angel medical kit, it actually fits in here pretty good down at the bottom, but it has molle points all over this. I don't recommend making the size of this too big, but it allows you to easily kind of thread in that molle if you need it.
Absolutely. There is molle on the outermost panel here on the backpack as well as at the bottom. There are two pouches that are small on the side, and you could probably fit a few smaller things in there, but there's molle there as well, and then even on the strap. You can go ahead and show them the strap on that side closest to that camera.
Yeah, so you have some straps on the side on either area, and you could go ahead and you could even put maybe a Dark Angel medical kit in here, or if you just want the contents of something like this zip vacuum sealed bag, you could go ahead and put that in here. You could connect it to the outside on this molle if you wanted. One of the other nice things I've noticed about this bag, because we were testing it out, is there are multiple grip handles to go ahead and grab onto this with. Allows you to really get a hand on the bag, because if you start to load one of these up with a lot of gear, it does eventually become pretty heavy.
With that though, because of how many straps and how much molle there is, we could see some potential snag issues with this. It's not streamlined by any means. It is a very big bag, but it's also very comfortable.
It's extremely comfortable bag. And on that note, let's go ahead and flip this over real quick so you guys can see the padding. So the padding on this is actually going to be, it's almost, I want to say, two-thirds inch thick padding. It has almost a Tempur-Pedic
type of memory foam.
A memory foam type of feel for it. So over time it will pack down a little bit. It will cater to the kind of the shape of your back, but it's extremely comfortable for what it is. I know that we in our review of the LBX plate carrier, we went ahead and actually put this on while wearing a plate carrier, and even though this padding isn't in direct contact with your back, the shape of the bag in general and the fact that it kind of contoured to that plate made it something that was not unwieldy as far as having the extra hang, because it comes almost a good foot off your back. The next step up after this would be to do something like a ruck or something like that. One of the other things that I thought was really nice about this bag, on the note of kind of a ruck or something like that, on the bottom there's these spaced out loops, these spaced out molle loops, which you can actually, if you need to, use something like shock cord or paracord and take one of those smaller one-person sleeping bags that can strap up, and you can tie it right to the bottom, which is a really nice feature of this. Or I know we have a tent that we were messing with, and the tent could even be compressed and then tied to the bottom of that, which is a really nice feature. It even has a couple different Velcro mounting points, so you can go ahead and put your name, your information. If you need to do anything like that, you can put that even behind your back as well, which is really cool.
With these side straps, they have molle on the side, so I went ahead and put a pistol mag pouch on here. So that gives you an option to have something right on the hip, ready to go if you really need to grab it. Like this is a multi-tool right here, and then this is a mag pouch.
Yeah.
With this back support though, the only thing that I kind of wish I could have seen would have been some sort of extra strength for an internal frame maybe. I've had a lot of backpacks, a lot of hiking bags. This fits in the category of something I could definitely use, but I don't think I would be wanting to take it for a 7-day hike.
I could definitely agree with that. One of the other things that I wanted to mention, since he did point out that he has some equipment on here, if you're going to be running this and you're using this as an actual tactical weapons equipment bag that you're going to be carrying, and you're in a situation where you're bugging out and you need to get to your equipment very quickly, I know many of us have duty belts, combat belts that allow us to get to our gear really quickly. You can easily adapt some extra gear to the outside of this, because this will, when you finally get this completely fastened properly, because it does make a big difference making sure that this is fitted, it will help lessen the amount of fatigue you feel over time. When you actually do that, you can put some equipment on the outside of this, which allows you to get to your magazines, versus covering your
Right.
current gear and won't be able to get to it quick enough.
Right. And I mean, even the way this bag sits, it does sit a little high with these straps, so I was able to wear those fast mags on the side still.
Oh yeah.
So I could still get to this if I needed to. Let's go ahead and flip it over and get on that inside. There we go. So with this bag, they have the main compartment that we've already looked at here. But inside here, on the outside, like the outer flap, there are, what is it, three spots here that we can open up?
Yeah. So we have another, I'd say a medium-sized pouch with some admin pockets in it. We went ahead and put a straw, some infinity flame, unity flame. If there's some unity flame in here, extra paracord, compass, stuff like that.
All that good stuff.
All your kind of admin stuff can go in here really easily. You can put maps in here. You can go ahead and put emergency blankets. These are awesome. That's definitely stuff you want to kind of keep in one of these. And this, we've listed a lot of equipment, and we haven't even scratched the surface of the amount of room that's in this thing. On the front, you have two separate pockets. I just want to mention that they are separate pockets, because when you look at them at first, you think they're a connected internal pocket, and you have one on either side on the right.
But by having this, you know, you can actually, like, if I'm sticking my hand all the way through, I can't even, like, you can see my hand here maybe, but I can't reach through.
Yeah.
But that allows you to stack your gear if you really need to. And so in this pouch, I've already gone ahead and put a few medical supplies right
Izzy's, Fox Seal, and Celox, which is also great medical equipment. But all this stuff is very, very small. So if you take the time and pack one of these with lightweight gear, we'll go ahead and put some preppers, bug out guys in the comments below that we look at, and they really streamline a lot of their stuff. I mean, if you take the time and streamline all your gear, this allows you to get tons of extra equipment in here: rifles, handguns, ammo, jackets, more necessity stuff that would be required in a 7-day outing. And for example, while I'm here, I'll just go ahead. This is the 3-day food, water, rations, boo-boo kit, stuff like that. I mean, you can easily, on the bigger pocket, it just completely goes
right
in there and zips away. You can throw all that medical stuff in here, and there's still a ton of room around it. And just to kind of point out, Ryan's went ahead and put some shotgun shells in the bottom of this already. So it's one of those things where there's already ammo in here, and we still have a ton of space to work with. So this is hands down a fantastic bag. One of the reasons that Ryan got it is so he can move a bunch of equipment in a hurry if he needs. I'm actually going to pick up another one of these for my SUV, because the current system I have in there is one drag handle style of bag, or like a duffel bag style. And if my SUV breaks down, I'm going to be in a situation where I have to choose what I take and what I leave. That said, something like this allows you to comfortably get all that gear on your back to another SUV, a safe location, somewhere where you can kind of reorganize yourself and not be trapped with a vehicle or having to sacrifice equipment, which could later save your life or the life of a loved one.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's choosing what will fit best for you. As we had stated before, we're a different height, we're a different size. I'm 5'5.5", and Hunter, you're what? 6 foot. This bag fits both of us fine. We were both able to wear a plate carrier, carry a rifle, have a handgun on the hip, and still be able to wear this bag and be manageable, where it wasn't really weighing us down or making us fatigued within any short term of time, I guess you could say. So with a bag like this, it's really coming down to, if I need to go on foot, I can beat feet with it. If I need to just throw it in the car, I'm going to have plenty of gear with me.
Okay. All in all, this is a fantastic bag. We recommend you check it out. We'll put the links in below for Armour Wear. If you have any questions about this, please post in the comments below. You can always reach out to us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Tumblr. If there's anything you ever need, please let us know. We'll do the best we can to answer your questions. As always, I'm Hunter.
And I'm Ryan.
We are Managed Defense.